Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Days. Welcome to this week's Raw review. It is cold. I've had to put a jumper on. I don't know why. I mean, well, obviously I do know why. It's October, but it has gone really, really cold. I hope I'm not coming down with anything, but yeah, I'm proper feeling it. So hence why I'm sporting a rather funky jumper. I've got a shout out to do first, and that is for DJ420. Thanks a lot for watching, and thanks to all of you guys as well. I really do appreciate it. And got a bit of news as well, you know, Paige getting suspended. I was kind of debating as to whether to do like a breaking news, because I saw this coming through yesterday. But to tell the truth, she gets suspended that often these days that it's not really news anymore. I suppose the news is how she's responded to it by quite publicly saying that, you know, on Twitter that, you know, it doesn't matter, kids, if you got a prescription or, you know, you got a doctor's note, it's not going to be good enough. And that there's different rules for one person compared to another person. And she is not a happy camper. It feels to me like there's more to it than that. It feels to me like there's got to be, you know, something else here, because there's no way, if you're communicating to, you know, a big corporation like WWE and you've got yourself a note and they know exactly what's going on and you submit that note and it's all above board, they're not gonna suspend you for no reason. The Raw women at the moment are really enjoying. Well, I can't remember them ever having a better time than this. You know, they're headlining shows, and now we get the massive announcement they're going to be in Hell in a Cell. You know, they kind of touched on it the other day. You know, could it be that they will, you know, get a Hell in a Cell match? And it's been confirmed now. They will. I really hope this has blood, as gory and graphic as that might sound, because I don't want it to be a women's match in a cell. I want it to be a proper Hell in a Cell match. Now, a Hell in a Cell match is hurling your opponent into the cell and you're using the cell as a weapon. If it's just going to be a women's match, normal women's match with a cell around it, who cares? So they are going to have to go out there and deliver. And I think they will. I think both Sasha and Charlotte have got it in them to deliver a match, a groundbreaking match, a match that we talk about for years. You know, really enjoyed the opening. It kind of caught my attention. It kept my attention. I thought mixing Lana and Rusev in there was a really good move as well. Some great mic work from really all involved. It was really, really strong. Obviously Roman comes out as well, and then like we end up building towards a mixed tag match, which was a little bizarre, and really bizarre that Lana wasn't involved. I mean, Lana has competed in the ring before at WrestleMania this year, so I was really surprised that she wasn't partnering Rusev. You know, I don't get why it wasn't Sasha and Roman versus Lana and Rusev. That for me would have been a bit more engaging. Certainly because Charlotte and Rusev weren't on the same page. You know, they were arguing during this segment. So I know they're both heels, but still, I just thought there was a better option that for whatever reason WWE didn't take. Next we get Kofi versus Cesaro. This was okay. I mean, like, I gotta be honest, I was a big Kofi fan before New Day. And I still am now, but you just don't get a chance to really watch him, as stupid as that sounds. I much prefer to see a singles Kofi match and just let him do his thing, you know, rather than he gets a couple of minutes and then tags someone else in. So I was really excited to see this, and I was disappointed. Just didn't really connect, and the victory as well was a roll-up distraction victory, which is really just annoying. I mean, I know they have to make superstars look strong and all that kind of stuff, but it's just... It could have been so much more, and certainly as the first match. I mean, I don't know why they chose that as the first match. Although saying that, all the in-ring action this week was a little off until we got further into the show. That certainly the start and the middle of it wasn't brilliant. Next we got Bayley versus Cammy Fields, and yeah, there's a little bit of back and forth in this. Bayley wins with a Bayley to belly, and the Dana beatdown as well. I don't think the wacky inflatable tube armed heroes, or whatever they're called, I don't think they appear at the end of a match. So I think they like turned it on especially so that when Dana came out they could turn it off, and I did enjoy the image of seeing one of them slowly die and flop over Bayley's lifeless body. So it was quite an image. I'm into that feud, you know. I mean, obviously Bayley injured Dana last week, and so Dana getting her own back, and we're building towards something. I'm guessing it'll be a pre-show match, maybe at Hell in a Cell, or maybe it might even be on the main card. But yeah, you know, give Dana a chance to show what she can do without, you know, having Charlotte around. And it's always good to see Bayley. So this was good. This is fine. Next, cruiserweights. What's going on? We've got Lindsay Dorado and Sin Cara versus Drew Gulak and Tony Nese. Now, fine. It was all right match. Some nice spots. Exactly what you'd expect from the cruiserweights. I have no idea why they taped the ropes up. I don't know. You know, if you're going to have a separate division, then why don't you just put it as a separate thing, like before Raw? You know, the first thing you watch are like the cruiserweights to get you ready for Raw or something like that, or maybe Raw finishes and then you have the cruiserweights rather than having them dotted in to Raw, because we had 2 separate matches this week, as we have been getting recently, actually. But anyway, I don't understand why they get them to tape the ropes purple. But the cruiserweight division to me feels like, you remember the Women's Revolution where you had PCB and you had Team Bella and all of that? It feels a bit like that. It's kind of like you've got a load of stars, or people that will go on to become stars, and there's just like these tag matches that make no sense. It doesn't really further any storylines. I don't really know who's a face and who's a heel. I think we're still just going through being introduced to the different characters, which is all right. But if you watch the CWC, then you already know the characters. And I get that not many people did. I get it was kind of on the network and it was a separate show and it wasn't for everybody, and Raw is. So I understand, but I just want a bit more of a cutting edge to the cruiserweight division than what we're getting at the moment, because it's just a bit, I don't get excited. Next, we get Mick Foley in his Have a Nice Day suit, standing there with Steph. They make the announcements about Sasha and Charlotte, Hell in a Cell, and Owens versus Seth, Hell in a Cell as well. I was under the impression, is Roman and Rusev Hell in a Cell as well? Do we get 3 Hell in a Cell matches? I'm sure they said there was 2. Maybe, I don't know. I'm getting confused myself here. Built up to the main event for the show, which was Seth Rollins versus Jericho. If Jericho can win, he will be inserted into that championship match. Next, we get the Club attacking Enzo and Big Cass. I really liked that. It did the job. They're keeping the Club, Gallows and Anderson, looking strong, not doing any kind of stupid promo work, and that's exactly the right direction that they should be going. Zayn and Neville next, going up against Axel and Bo. I don't know. Does anyone care? Anyone? Neville and Zayn win. Next, O'Neal, Titus versus Truth R. And again, anyone care? I mean, R-Truth won, which was noteworthy. I didn't expect that. So it seems like they're just booking Titus O'Neal to lose now. I don't know what's going on, but it was flat. All of this was flat. Strowman versus the Splash Brothers. So we've had a step up, which is what he wanted, but obviously not far enough. I'm hearing they're building towards Samoa Joe coming up, but that's not until much later in the year, maybe early 2017. So I think, unfortunately, we'll get a few more like low-level talents. Like we've already had Sin Cara. I think we'll get a few more like that. Maybe I don't know if it'd be like Bo Dallas, Curtis Axel. It might be like R-Truth and Goldust, to tell the truth. To tell the R-Truth. But Samoa Joe is the big rumour for where we're heading towards. and then maybe ultimately Undertaker, but it sounds like, you know, it's going to be Taker Cena for WrestleMania, so I don't think they will go in that direction. Next up, Roman Reigns, Sasha Banks versus Rusev and Charlotte. This was a really good match, great pace to it. And Charlotte taps. I mean, you know, again, tapping out to the bank statement. I think it's difficult to know if they're going to put the belt back onto Charlotte, because they seem to be favouring this back and forth between the women's title. I hope they... Oh, I was going to say I hope they don't, but I really like Charlotte. But yeah, I just think that if she's going to keep losing in the build-up to Hell in a Cell, then I think it will be a case that they will put the title back onto Charlotte. So maybe Charlotte gets the better next week, but Sasha gets the better at Hell in a Cell. Who knows? Heyman, no great surprise. If you read all the rumours, I've just deleted actually my reaction video to this. I was going to post it, but it's not a great surprise to me. The rumours have been around for so long now. And so it's kind of confirmed. Next week, Goldberg's on Raw, and he's not going to... There's no way he turns up and goes, nah, you're all right. See you guys. He's going to rock up and go, yeah, I'll have that fight. Yeah. And Goldberg will lose. Goldberg beat Brock, and now he'll do the job back. So I should imagine that'll be Survivor Series. WrestleMania 20 was awful, but it won't be that level bad because both guys were leaving around that time. Next up, we get TJP versus Daivari. Fine, TJP wins. Kendrick suggesting that he's not a bad man, just an intelligent man, was kind of noteworthy. I didn't know if they were starting to try and blur the lines. Maybe his kind of feud, his program with TJP is nearing the end and they were looking to take him in a different direction. I doubt it. I think it was just a throwaway comment, but I don't know. With this cruiserweight division, as I said earlier, I'm just looking for any kind of crumb that I can connect to or kind of read into, because they need characters. And I think it was a good move putting Sin Cara into it, because obviously he's an established name. But yeah, I think it's struggling, and it shouldn't be struggling this much after a few weeks, the cruiserweight division. And then finally the main event, and great main event, but disappointing because I really wanted Jericho to win. It is all teasing a Jericho versus KO match in the future, and again, maybe Survivor Series, because you know that KO could have gone in there and, you know, stopped that pedigree from being hit on Jericho. He doesn't. He lets it all play out. He doesn't save his friend again. And, you know, it's not going to take long for Jericho to kind of catch on. I think he's caught on anyway. I think Jericho's playing Owens, and I think that he will turn on him at some point, and then we get the Owens-Jericho match, and that'll be huge. That'll be awesome. Those two guys talking. I mean, the mic work, the promo work, the build for that. So, but the result means that it's just going to be a straight Seth Rollins versus Kevin Owens at Hell in a Cell. This was an alright Raw. It was alright. Enjoyed it. Entertaining. Few weak bits. The in-ring action in particular during like the middle of the show really. But there was enough announcements and news and talking points to make it a worthwhile show. So yeah, not bad at all. Really looking forward to SmackDown tonight. So I'll have reviews for that at some point tomorrow. Plus toy hunting tomorrow for all of you figure fans out there. I've seen a load of pictures that Elite 45's out in the UK, so I will be hunting for those tomorrow. I think that was everything. Awesome. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. If you like the video, please give it a like. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button. And hopefully I'll see you again next time from a very cold Wrestling Days. Bye for now.